Warren, you've been working in Indonesia for a while, along with your contacts there. Tell us just briefly, what is it that DPM is focused on in Indonesia?
In 1991, we began translating Derek's books in Indonesia, and by 1996, 30 books had been translated and published in the Bahasa language. At that stage, the primary outlet for those was Christian bookstores, with some also being sent to Bible colleges and also offshore to Kalimantan or Borneo. Since then, it has sort of been slower, just getting books out where we could to Bible schools in a small amount and to Christian bookshops. However, in 2008, 2009, we've really begun to see a whole new thrust of Derek's ministry in Indonesia. Indonesia, as you may know, is the largest Muslim population in the world, fourth largest population in the world. The interesting thing is that in this nation, there are hundreds of Christian radio stations, over 100. I read recently there was about 120 something. We have Derek broadcast on 23 radio stations currently across Indonesia, just about all FM stations, and they are Christian stations. Now, the potential audience for some of those, when you're talking major cities like Jakarta, is millions.
Yes.
So we have 140 weeks of Derek's Keys to Successful Living radio program, translated and recorded in the local language, broadcasting over 23 radio stations currently. Some are free, some we pay for. But the potential is huge to share Derek's teaching with people, many who might be illiterate, many who might be in very remote parts of the country. On top of that, what we're doing is the Life-Changing Spiritual Power booklet, book. We're printing as many copies as we can to freely give away to pastors everywhere so that we can connect them to Derek's teaching. And knowing that if we only had one shot to put a book in their hands, this book will do the job and they can then contact the office for more resources.
Yes.
So the key thing today is we now have a good office with 3 staff, a director who has had considerable experience in recent years with unreached people groups. He's been reaching out to some of the remote parts of Indonesia with another organisation that he was the Indonesia director of. Today he's almost full-time with DPM, plus doing a lot of translation and interpreting for English-speaking missionaries, Bible teachers, etc.
Right.
So he's translated a lot of all of our books, and today is spearheading our outreach to unreached people groups, especially on the island of Sumatra, which is the big island, and there's just an amazing number of unreached people groups there.
Is there a great receptivity to the material, being such a large Muslim nation? Is that a challenge, or is it quite free and easy to get Christian literature into
the church in Indonesia is quite significant in size. I can't give, obviously, exact statistics, but the percentage of people in Indonesia who are Christians and church-going is very high. So there is a significant growth, especially amongst young people, in faith in Jesus Christ. And so the opportunities are just endless for us to resource people with Bible teaching to help them grow deep in their Christian faith.
The use of radio has always been key for Derek Prince Ministries, getting into areas where it's impossible to go to all of those areas, and through radio broadcast we've seen Derek Prince Ministries spread far and wide. So hearing about these 140 messages in Bahasa Indonesia is wonderful to hear. Thank you, Warren, for sharing something of an insight into that country today.
Thanks, Peter.